Okay, hearty welcome to everybody. Let's take a moment to just whatever position you happen to be in, however your body is, see if you can just be still for a second, not try to move anything, not try to correct your posture, uh, not shifting around. If you feel uncomfortable, just stay with that for a second. If you're comfortable, just stay with that for a second. All right, just an invitation to enter into your body the way it is without trying to manipulate it for the moment. Yoga is all about manipulating our body so that we can attain a more concentrated state of mind, a more peaceful state of mind. But we don't have to do anything, too. That's a kind of process or technique that brings us into the present moment. How about the technique of not doing anything, right? We think we have to do something, and yoga will give us plenty of things to do. One of those things that we can do is to do nothing, right? So one of the teachings in yoga is that we're already where we want to be, and that is the present moment. So let's just see if we can enter the present moment right here, right now. No special state of mind to attain. And yet there is a special state of mind to attain. All right. We'll start out with chanting Om 3 times. People are I've noticed in my own life a lot of people getting sick, a lot of folks in my classes getting sick. And the sound Om is a healing sound. It's a healing sound. When you recite Om, when you say it, when you chant it, it brings a kind of vibration into the body, a kind of healing vibration. It gets us in sync with the deeper sounds of the universe. When we become out of tune, we get sick. Being out of tune and being sick are kind of synonyms. So let's take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, make a sound. Oh. Another deep inhale. A little higher. Oh. And back down. Oh. Just take a few moments to close the mouth, feel the vibration in the body. If you'd like to learn more about Om, the sound Om, I highly recommend reading the Mandukya Upanishad, the Mandukya Upanishad. And this is a philosophical text that is fairly short, but it explains the whole idea behind Om. And each syllable, Aum, has a important meaning to it. All right. To lean to one side, maybe towards the knee, coming back up, leaning to the other side, towards the opposite knee, and back up. If your legs are crisscrossed a certain way, like mine are, let's change the cross. Bring the other feet forward. Bring the other foot forward. And do the same thing. leaning towards one knee, coming up, and coming down towards the opposite knee. And back up. All right, and then we'll make some circles. Let's make some circles. You can involve your shoulders in this circling. Bringing the kind of circling the shoulders around a little bit as you circle your core around. Okay, and then pause, and let's go the other direction. All right, and back to center. And bringing one hand down to the ground, the other hand over the head or to the side. Back up, the other hand. And stretching the side of the body a little bit. Back to center, and the other side. One more time each side. Back to center. And back to center. All right, great. Go ahead and shift over onto your hands and knees. And let's do some cat-cow, warming up the spine. The spine leads to the divine. That's something that we can think about here. The spine leads to the divine, leads to awareness of something much greater than ourselves. And here's where yoga helps us to arrange our body so that we really pick up the signals from the divine. We're just like antennas on a TV set, and when the antenna is pointing in the right direction, you pick up the signal. In the same way, when our back is properly aligned, we pick up the signal from the divine. However you want to imagine the divine in your own life, whatever that looks like. Maybe you're atheist still. We pick up some signal from that which is beyond ourself. And it can give us instruction, it can give us guidance. Right? But we got to do one half of it. We got to prepare our body to be receptive. Okay, let's go ahead and lift our knees up, stretching one knee out or straightening one knee out, and then shifting over to the other side. All right. And just walking our feet in place, stretching out the backs of the legs a little bit. And here's where the spine comes in as well. We can work towards lengthening the spine while we're in this downward dog. Lengthening the spine by lifting the tailbone up a little higher. Maybe disengaging the neck a little bit. Okay. And then let's walk the feet to the hands. Take your time. Take all the time you need. If you find a stretch somewhere here in the middle, as your feet come towards your hands, you can stop, pause, stretch. Okay, once your hands and feet are next to each other, let's take some time to just kind of keep our body folded in half, maybe straightening our knees a little bit. Taking some deeper breaths here, disengaging the muscles in the back and the shoulders and the neck. Take all the time you want or need here, remembering that the goal is the present moment. So every moment is an opportunity to
practice, every moment is correct. There's not correct or incorrect. That's another way to say it. There's not correct or incorrect. It's just this moment. What do you notice? Okay, and let's come up to standing. We'll prepare for our first of 3 sun salutations. First of 3 sun salutations. Okay, so let's start out by lifting the edges of our feet up. Right, so we're pressing the inside edges of our feet down, lifting the outside edges of our feet up. Right? Notice how that feels. And at the same time, we're going to externally rotate the thighs. Right? So really digging in the base of the big toe, digging that base of the big toe into the floor. At the same time, we're going to externally rotate our shoulders so the palms come out slightly. Right? Feel the body here as we're standing. This is mountain pose, and we want to take on the qualities of the mountain, the sense of stability. Whatever is thrown at us, whatever comes our way, right? Take it on like the mountain. Whatever rainstorms, thunderstorms, hurricanes, whatever it is, splashing up against you, just kind of holding steady, immovable, unbreakable, unbreakable, right? Bending the elbows, palms joined together for our first sun salutation, saluting the sun. Ready? Arms go up. You can bring them out to the side or forward. Right, reaching up overhead, bending back a little bit, maybe beneath the shoulder blades. And then folding forward. Right, bending from the hips. Hands come down towards the feet. Disengage the back, the neck, shoulders. Okay, let's bend the knee, step the left foot back. Right, push the floor away from your body. Push the floor. Push. It's almost like you're trying to push the floor away from yourself. Really engage the shoulders here and come up onto the toes, come up onto the back toes and kind of rock a little bit there to stretch out the ankle. Okay, we'll plant the hands down, slide or step the right foot back. Downward dog. Downward dog. Ready? Right, just kind of drawing the head slowly between the shoulders, externally rotating the shoulders, internally rotating the thighs. Internally rotating the thighs, externally rotating the shoulders. Okay, coming forward into plank. Push the floor away from your body as you come forward into plank. Engage the core muscles here. If you want, you can drop the knees down to the mat. You can drop one or both knees down to the mat or keep them raised. But notice you need to engage the core muscles here to have the shoulders right over the hands. Okay, and then we'll slowly bend the elbows, squeezing them in as the pelvis comes down, abdomen down, the rib cage down, and the head down. Okay, uncurl the toes, bring the feet together. Ready? Let's lift up the head, neck, and shoulders. Right, squeeze the elbows in gently. Okay, push into the hands, push the floor away from you. Bend the knees, curl the toes, and let's lift the knees off the ground, downward dog. Few easy breaths. Lift the tailbone up a little higher. Okay, let's step the left foot forward. Now, keep in mind here, I don't have blocks on me, but You could also place your hands on top of two blocks or two thick books. You can make fists with your hands here. We want to make yoga easy and enjoyable and fun for ourselves. So consider lifting, giving some rise to your hands here. It makes it a little bit easier, maybe more comfortable for you, maybe. So I encourage experimenting. Okay, let's step the right foot forward, plant the feet, release the hands from the ground, tuck the chin, relax the shoulders and neck. All right, let's come up to stand. Arms continue to raise up over the head, bending back beneath the shoulders. All right, to open, to bring forth the ribs. And then hands in front of the heart. Palms joining together. Ready? Number 2. Let's reach the arms up overhead, bending back. And then folding forward when you're ready. Folding from the hips. Your right foot steps back. Again, here may be a place to place your hands on some blocks or something. Left foot steps back. Downward dog. Lower the knees. Or come forward and straighten the knees into plank. Right. Bending the elbows, come on down. Lowering the lower half of your body than the upper half. Okay, push up a little bit for a cobra. And then to downward dog. Right foot stepping forward. And left foot forward. Go ahead and raise up. Arms overhead. Bending back. And then palms in front of the heart. Lowering the chin. Let's pause here for just a few seconds. Take a few breaths, see how the body's feeling. Look at the fingers. Ready? Arms sweep up overhead. And fold forward. Left foot back. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit different here. Again, if you need a block, go ahead and put your hands on a block. Now lift that left arm up. Turn the body, lift the left arm up. Now you could have your right hand on the floor on a block, or you could even put your elbow up on your knee like so. Right. And then from here, we can reach the arm towards the wall if you want to. So you could have your elbow straight, or you could bend your elbow. Either way is fine. Okay, let's circle that left arm down. Plant the right hand, step the right foot back, downward dog. Go ahead and shift forward to plank. Lower your knees if you want. Okay, let's bend the elbows. Go ahead and come down gently. Lift the head. Cobra. Downward dog. Stretch out the back a little bit. Arrange your hands and feet comfortably. All right, then step the left foot forward. Same thing, ready? I'm gonna circle that right hand up this time. Your left hand could be on a block. Your knee, your elbow to the knee, that's a possibility. And then this right hand can go up towards the ceiling or
stretching it towards the wall. Right? Either way is fine. Okay, go ahead and circle that right hand back down. Left hand down and step the right foot forward. Let's lift the arms overhead, bending back. And when you're ready, hands come in front of the heart. All right, let's do one balancing pose. This is King Dancer. This is one of my favorites because you get the benefits of some balance and you get the benefits of stretching this pectoral muscle here on both sides. Okay, so let's choose a leg. I'm going to start out with my left foot to put the weight of my body into and lift up my right leg, catch it in my right hand. I have my hand wrapped around the outside edge of my right foot. From here, we lift our left arm and push the right foot into the hand, externally rotating the right shoulder, externally rotating the right shoulder. So you can feel that stretch through the bicep, through the pectoral. Okay, and then release with control. Step the right foot forward, left foot back, lifting the left foot up, right arm comes up, grabbing the outside edge of the left foot, push the foot into the hand. Okay, and release. We'll do this a couple more times in different ways. If that particular way works well for you, you can continue to do it that way. This next one, I'm going to take the inside edge of my right foot rather than the outside edge. And that more purposely turns my right shoulder outward, or externally rotates the right shoulder. Okay, let's try. All right. Put the weight into the left foot, catch the inside edge of the right foot. Right. Left arm comes forward for balance. Push the foot into the hand, and opening up that whole right side of the body a little bit. Lowering the head, maybe. How far you lower your head is up to you. Remember to breathe. Okay, and release with control. Remember, you can always hold on to the wall if you need to, or hold on to a chair. Have a chair right next to you when you do this. So instead of having your hand out like that, you can hold on to the chair. It's not cheating. You do it. We're doing what we need to do to stay in the form, and you don't have to try to make yourself conform to something that your body's not quite ready for. All right, let's try the other side. So we're externally rotating the left shoulder, catching the inside of the left foot, pushing the foot into the hand. Right hand comes up to counterbalance the leg. Right? And then slowly lowering the head. Right? And again, you could hold on to a chair with your right hand here if you need to. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, and releasing. All right, now you got two ways to do King Dancer. You have two ways to do King Dancer. I'm going to introduce a third way. This is with a strap. This is a lot of fun. Now, you could use a strap, but anything that has some length, a towel would work. A towel would work just as well, or a belt could work. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing now. This time I am going to make a kind of a little bit of a loop and wrap my foot in that loop here. Right. Again, I'm a little off balance, so holding on to something might not be a bad idea. And this time I'm really going to externally rotate my right shoulder. So it comes out and the elbow comes up. The elbow comes up towards the ceiling. That's a nice movement here. You can practice just doing that. Right? Just kind of feeling that. Now how much length the strap is totally up to you, right? If this isn't long enough, if you need more length, then you could always, see if you can make the strap longer. For me, this works. So I'm externally rotating the shoulder, this right shoulder, right? Lifting up my foot, and then watch what happens. I'm just bending my elbow and then lifting the elbow. The hand comes down, the elbow goes up. Gives a nice stretch to the tricep muscle here, right? Still use that left arm and then push the foot into the strap. Get a nice stretch through this part of the body. Feel free to try it out or do one of the other two methods I shared before. Remembering the purpose here helps with concentration. Balance helps with concentration. So if you find yourself wobbly, hold on to something, hold on to the wall, hold on to a chair, a table, whatever is near you. The purpose is not to force your body into a pose it's not ready for. I'm just giving you some options. Let's come out of that. I'm giving you some options here. Okay, I want to try the other one. Let's try one more. Last one of these, King Dancer pose. The overall purpose of yoga is to prepare the mind to meditate. And that's really the reason why I like to offer this class, is so that people can have opportunities to prepare their bodies for meditation. A lot of us can't sit still for more than a few seconds. And yoga helps prepare the body to be able to be still, to have some degree of one-pointed concentration. It kind of allows the body to gently settle. All right, we're trying that other side here. Just experimenting, just playing, having fun, not too serious, enjoying the practice. Okay, and then when you're ready, go ahead and come out of it. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that King Dancer pose. That's one of my favorites. All right, let's do the other part of yoga, and that is resting. So we'll go ahead and come on down onto our back. And come into corpse pose. In corpse pose, try to become totally lifeless and just witness, just witness, just witness, right? Witness your body completely lifeless. Witness sound. Of course, our body is not lifeless, so we get to move it around a little bit. Let's roll over onto our front side. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, forehead to the mat, for Cobra. Strengthening the back. Let's bring the feet together, elbows into the sides. This is a great one for developing a strong back for meditation. This is lift up the head, lift up the chin. You can circle the shoulders around so they're not too, notice if they're tight. Turn the head left and right to
Make sure the neck's not too stiff. And look over one shoulder, turn, look over the other shoulder, just to make sure the neck's not too stiff. Right? We're not really using the hands here. You can even lift the hands up off the floor. Just stay here another few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Okay, let's lower the forehead to the mat. And turn the head to one side and rest. Another opportunity to just witness. All right, let's try working with the low back now. For this one, there's a couple ways to do this. One is to bring the chin to the ground. The other is to bring the forehead to the ground. Right? Chin or forehead. And the hands can be at your sides, or you can bring your elbows underneath the body. Right? You got a couple of options. And then let's lift the left leg up and hold. Okay, switch the legs around, right leg up, left leg down. Focus on the low back. Okay, switch it around again, left leg up, right leg down. Just having fun. Easy, just doing this a little bit every day helps to strengthen the back. Okay, left leg down, right leg up. Hold. Okay, right leg down. Rest for a few moments. And then we'll prepare to do both legs together at the same time. Ready? Take a breath in and hold it. Lift and release the breath. Keep the legs up. Breathe normally. Locust pose. And slowly lower down. Okay, take a moment to turn your head, rest your body, turn your head to the opposite side you did last time to give your neck a little rest. Take a few breaths. Practice witnessing thoughts, witnessing feelings, witnessing the body. All right, let's bend the knees. Reach back behind us for our feet, ankles, or calves, or our pant legs if we can't reach any of those. And then push the legs or feet into the hands to draw. Notice this like you're drawing a bow. This is called bow pose. So it's like we're drawing the string of a bow. And what happens to the bow? It starts to bend. Right? So we lift our knees. The knees automatically come up off the ground an inch or so, or maybe more. And we want to balance right on our abdomen. This helps with digestion. We're stimulating the digestive tract by balancing right on the abdomen, putting the weight of the body into the abdomen. Right, so draw your breath down into the abdomen. Abdomen, you might feel your aortic, the artery pulsing down there. There's an artery that comes right from the heart into the digestive system, pumping fresh blood, oxygenated blood there, helping to deliver nutrients that have been accumulating in the gut, helps to get them into the bloodstream, get them into the rest of the body. Ready? Okay, let's lower down. Relax. Turn the head to the opposite side and rest. Practice witnessing. It's very important. So you can practice meditation sitting upright, crossing your legs. You can practice meditation lying down, just as we are right now, and just watch the thoughts. without judging them, without reacting to them strongly. Just notice with a loosened grip. The mind likes to grip thoughts, and so we're just loosening the grip of the mind on the thoughts. All right, let's roll. Use the arms to help you roll over onto the back. Recenter. And let's bring the knees into the ribs. Roll a little bit left and right to give a little massage to the muscles around the low back. We've been working them kind of hard. Yeah, so we're just going to massage them out a little bit. All right, let's bring the feet down close to the body, and we're going to bring the hands down close to the body, push into the hands. You might not notice anything change, but push the hands down into the mat. You'll notice the shoulders engage, the upper back engages with the hands pressing down. Let's keep them pressing down as if you were pushing the floor away from you with your hands. Okay, now let's push the feet into the floor and notice the low back lifts up off the ground. You might feel some pressure in your head. All right, continue to push the hands down. Now, if you want, with your hands, you can slide your elbows closer together, interlace the hands, and walk the shoulders closer to each other. Maybe you can have your elbows straight here if your hands are clasped. If it doesn't work for you to walk your shoulders closer together or to clasp your hands, just keep your hands pressing down into the ground. If your hands are clasped together, you can continue to press them into the floor as though you're pushing the floor away from your body. All right, another 5 or 10 seconds here. Push into the feet, lift the low back up a little higher. And slowly lower, walk the shoulders out, lower the back down, 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 and relax the back. And let the knees come together and rest. All right, take a few moments to relax the body. All right. Let's go ahead and bring the feet up towards the ceiling. And we're going to press the hands again into the floor as though we were pushing the floor away from our body. And now use your core muscles to lift your back up off the floor and slowly, your feet come over your head, hands come to your low back, and then you can kind of lean your back against your hands as you begin to lift your feet, your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Try not to rush your legs up towards the ceiling. Listen to your body here. Walk the shoulders closer together. Adjust your head so your neck is comfortable. Shouldn't be any pain in the neck. You can turn your head left and right to make sure your neck muscles aren't too tight. And if they are, maybe there's something you could adjust there as far as your shoulders, your head. And if you want to talk about if there's something that needs to change, it doesn't feel right, feel free to contact me and we can look at how we can change the way we're doing these postures. Okay, while we're up there, we can circle our feet around our ankles a few times. Circle our feet around our ankles. This is shoulder stand, and shoulder stand helps with the the circulation, helps get the venous blood that pools down in the feet, gets it closer to the heart. This is also a wonderful posture with which to practice lotus posture. You might not think you could do lotus posture, but if you're upside down, you might find you're able to do it easier. You just take your right foot, place it on your left thigh, and then left foot comes around to the right thigh. But just be real careful of your knees here. We don't want to hurt our knees trying to do this, right? And then releasing. You don't have to stay there very long. You can try the reverse, putting your left foot on your right thigh and then right foot on your left thigh. Don't feel like you have to do this. I'm just suggesting that in an inversion like this, there's a lot of things that we can do. If that's not fun, maybe try doing the splits with your legs. You can do the splits with your legs. Hold it for maybe 10 or 20 seconds. And then bring your feet back. You could also bring one leg down, the other leg up. Right. And how long you stay in any of these modifications of shoulder stand is up to you. Just see what you feel, see what feels right. If you get tired, you could bend your knees, bring them towards your face. Right? Looks like so. Just kind of bending your knees, resting here. We'll just be here another 10 seconds or so. So feel free to try out a couple things in that time. This is a good way to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, preparation for sleep. All right. Okay, let's bring the feet over the head. Option here to come into plank. Not plank. What do you call? Can't remember the name of this pose now. Plow pose if you want to, or not. Just come straight out. Right, if you want to try plow, you just bring the feet over the head. Maybe the toes come down to the ground, maybe not. You could bend your knees if you want to, or keep them straight, whatever works for you. Listen to your own body. And then when you're ready, we just slowly lower the back down. Push the hands into the mat, just like we started. Engage your core muscles to lower your back down. Right. Feel the vertebrae in the spine making contact with the mat, with the earth. Engage your core as you lower the legs down. Now, as you lower the legs down, try not to be in too much of a hurry here. This is an opportunity to really focus on your core muscles. All right, so take your time lowering the legs. You can do it nice and slow, really develop the core. One leg at a time or both legs together is a possibility. Okay. Once the legs are down, notice any internal shifts in how you feel. Notice any internal shifts in how you feel. Take a few breaths and relax. All right. Let's reach the arms over the head, stretch out the whole body. Reaching the arms out over the head, stretch out the whole body. Take a couple of breaths here. Okay, on your next inhale, hold the breath in. Ready? Hold the breath in and peel the head and back up off the ground. Slowly, slowly, slowly. We'll continue to fold forward over both legs. Beginning to allow the shoulders and the back to relax. One really fun way of doing this forward fold is to get yourself a strap or a belt. Towel will work too, and just
wrap that around your feet as you bring the head forward. And then you don't have to try to pretend to touch your toes and make it easier. Just, just use your strap and pull your head forward and down. Okay. You can keep that, if you have a strap, you can keep it around the right foot, take it away from the left foot. We'll just take that left foot, bend the knee, right? Lift up the back, and then lower the knee. This knee can come onto a cushion if you have one there, or a block. If it doesn't want to go down to the floor and you feel kind of tight in your left hip, you can just let it rest on a cushion. And then let's straighten the back up and then fold forward from the hips. So I'm just pulling, using my arms to pull on these straps coming forward. It's like I want to pull the foot towards me, right? And keep the back straight. Remember to breathe. There can be a lot of sensation in the right leg and the hamstring. Keep the back of the knee pressed down as much as possible as you come forward and down. But keep the back long. There could be a lot of sensation in the back of your leg right now. See if you can breathe with it. Stay with it. Okay, let's come back up to this seat. And before we do the other leg, let's lift that left knee up and we're going to do a little twist here. So step the left foot over the right leg. Wrap the right arm around the raised knee, left hand behind you. And we're going to do a little turn to the left. This is Ardha Matsyendrasana, the half spinal twist named after Matsyendra, Lord of the Fish. He's an interesting character in Hindu mythology. His parents got a bad omen when he was born, and they decided instead of raising this child, they would deliver him to Lord Shiva. And so they put him they put him into the water, into a river, and gave him to Lord Shiva to take care of. Well, he was swallowed up by a fish, kind of like the story of Jonah and the whale in the Bible. And Lord Shiva, he learned from Lord Shiva in the ocean, in the bottom of the water. He learned yoga from Lord Shiva. And he had an amazing ability to turn around his misfortune. And then when he became a teacher himself, he started teaching others exactly that you can turn around your misfortune. And so that's why Ardha Matsyendrasana, the half spinal twist, the eyes look one way, the body faces the opposite way. And that's symbolic of our ability to turn around our misfortune. Okay, let's try the other side. So you can see the body embodies the vision of the sage. All right, right foot over the left, wrap the left arm. The body faces forward, but the eyes turn to look around. It's also a symbol of what appears to be one way is actually the opposite. What appears to be bad can actually be good. In Buddhist teachings, we say, no mud, no lotus. Mud is what the lotus flower grows in, and without the muck, without the dirt, there is no flowering of enlightenment. Delusion and enlightenment are inseparable. We think we need to get rid of delusion in order to attain enlightenment, but actually we need our delusions. We need our delusions. They are what fuel enlightenment. That's this pose, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Same thing, same idea. Take what sucks about our life and turn it around with lots of compassion and love. Okay. All right. Let's come back to center. We're going to swing our feet behind our head. I'm sorry, not behind our head. Yeah, behind our head, behind our back, and come onto all fours. Curl the toes under the feet and sit back onto the heels to stretch the feet. You get a nice stretch to the bottoms of the feet. Okay. And you can grab hold of your heels, just kind of take your hands and put them on right on top of the heels. And then from here, I'm going to lift our sit bones off of the heels and bring our hips forward. So you can practice this. It might not work for you to leave your hands on your heels as you come up. See, my hands don't stay on the heels. So what we're going to practice doing is leading with our hips. Usually we lead with our head. See, I'm leading with my head here. We're going to try the other way. We're going to lead with our hips, right? This is camel pose. So let's come back down. Let's take this real slow because we don't know how our neck is feeling today, and it might not like it when you lift your chin up. So we want to take this real slow, real easy. Hold on to your heels. Okay, we're going to lead, not with our head, right? The natural thing is to come up like this, leading with our head, and then our hips follow. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to lead with our hips and send our head back. But we want to do that carefully and slowly, right? So you could watch me if you want and then try it out. Breathe. Okay, and when you're ready to come out of it, really again take your time slowly. Slowly you can start to lower your sit bones towards your feet and slowly lower your chin towards your sternum. All right, now let's continue to walk the hands forward. We'll come off of the heels, uncurl the toes, bring the head down to the mat to round the back. You can rest your forehead on your hands or straight on the mat. Tuck the chin a little bit. Just let your back and hips relax a little bit. All right. Go ahead and make your way onto your back. We'll go into deep relaxation. Time to shift our class to resting. Put on an extra layer of clothing if you need it. Sometimes it's helpful to put on an extra layer. And this is going to be a real short deep relaxation because I'm noticing we are about at time. If you can do a deep relaxation for up to 15 minutes, that's ideal. So this will just be a quick one. Right. We can start by just kind of getting comfortable here, giving a little squeeze to our legs and arms, our face. Just squeeze the muscles real tight for a couple seconds and then release. Take a nice deep breath in. Slowly exhale. And we'll soften all the muscles. You know, when we can relax our body, when we learn how to relax our body through practicing yoga, then we can take that sense of relaxation into meditation. So let's practice relaxing. We're just going to do this for about 1 minute. Okay, now when you're ready, feel free to take a deeper breath in, hold it in for a few seconds, and slowly release. If you have another 10 minutes or so to continue to relax, keep going with it. We're going to cut this one a little short. All right, when you're ready, you can roll the legs, the arms, roll over to one side, lift up to a seat. Find a comfortable seated posture. See if you're not your body's not more willing to sit still after all that movement and relaxing. Find your breath for a few seconds. Now, of course, you can sit much longer if you wish to, and I encourage you to do so if you feel so inclined. But we should always close the class with a dedication to dedicate the merits, the energy that we've raised in our body. We don't want to hold on to it. We want to release it, put it out there in the universe for others to benefit from. And I'll just do a general dedication, but if there's somebody in particular that you would like to dedicate the merits to, feel free to call them to mind at this time. May all beings be safe. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. Okay. It's been a pleasure.